Hello everyone. Today we will go through certain basic terminologies for multiple linear regression. So the first is dependent variable and independent variable. The dependent variable is modeled as a function of several independent variables with corresponding coefficients along with constant terms. As the name suggests, it depends upon certain other variable for its output like the independent variable. For example, if we have to predict certain sales related information for last year, then the sales prediction is dependent variable, whereas there are numerous independent variable for this like where sales are hampered and where the sales were good, etc. So for multilinear regression, we need to satisfy one condition, that is the dependent variable should be equal to 1 and independent variable can be more than 1. So in this example of sales prediction, we have one dependent variable, that is sales prediction, and multiple independent variables like where the sales are hampered and where the sales were good. So the second terminology is outliers. Outliers are observations that fall far from the cloud of points. It is nothing but basically the odd one out. So outliers give wrong direction to the expected output. So it basically talks about extremities like too small or too large. So outliers are basically bad for our algorithms. So third terminology is multicollinearity. In regression, multicollinearity refers to predictors that are correlated with other predictors. Multicollinearity occurs when our model includes multiple factors that are correlated, not just to our response variable, but also to each other. So in other words, it results when you have factors that are a bit redundant. So for our algorithm to work properly, the multicollinearity should be as minimum as possible. So the fourth terminology is underfitting and overfitting. In our model, underfitting of the training data when the model performs poorly on training data, and overfitting in our training data when we can see that the model performs well on the training data but does not perform well on the evaluation data. So in this graph we can see the underfitting, it means that it is poorly performing, that is it is not even crossing 1 point on the graph, and overfitting, it is trying to overly fit for that algorithm, that is it is trying very hard to cross each and every point on the graph. So first graph represents the underfitting and the last graph represents the overfitting, whereas the correct algorithm is a balanced algorithm, which is represented by the second graph. So the formula for multilinear regression is as follows. The y is a dependent variable. Beta 1, beta 2 are the coefficient of regression, that is, it remains constant throughout. And the x2, x3, these are the independent variable. And lastly, we have the epsilon, that is the error term. It helps to avoid if equation leads to the wrong direction. In the previous section, we performed linear regression involving two variables. Almost all real-world problems that you are going to encounter will have more than two variables. Linear regression involving multiple variable is called as multilinear regression. The steps to perform multilinear regression are almost similar to that of the simple linear regression. The difference lies in the evaluation. You can use it to find out which factor has the highest impact on the predicted output and how different variables relate to each other. So in this section, we will use multiple linear regression to predict the gas consumptions in million of gallons in 48 US states based upon the gas taxes in cents, per capita income, dollars, paved highways in miles, and the proportion of population that has a driver's license. The details of the dataset can be found in the link and it is provided in the description below. The first two columns in the about dataset do not provide any useful information, therefore they have to be removed from the dataset file. So we will start by importing the libraries. So the following script import the necessary libraries. So first is the pandas. It is used for the data manipulation Second is NumPy, which is used for arrays, and the third is Matplotlib for visualization like 2D plots, etc. So second step is the data set. So data set in this example is available. So here I have imported this particular data set into the C local directory. So the following command imports the data set from the file which we have downloaded. Then just like last time for simple linear regression, we will go through our data set, and then first we will execute the head command. This gives the first few lines of a data set. Then to see the statistical detail of the data set, we will go through the describe command. Then now we will come to a second step, that is preparing the data. So the next step is to divide the data into attribute and labels as we did previously. However, unlike last time, this time around we are going to use column names for creating an attribute set and label it. We execute the following script. Then we execute the following command to divide our data into the training and test sets. So last time for scores dataset, we had two columns and they were divided into X and Y. And here we have seen that for X variable, we have one column, and Y variable, we have more than one columns. So this satisfies the formula and multiple linear regression that there is only one dependent variable and more than one independent model. So in the second code, we have used train and test split. So basically it is a technology for evaluating the percentage of ML algorithm. Basically this is a procedure which involves taking a data set and dividing into two subsets. So first subset is used to fit the model and is referred to as training data set, and second is not used to train the model, but instead we have the input element of data set which is provided to the model. Then predictions are made and compared to the expected values. So the second data set is referred to as the test data set. So in this procedure, we have one main configuration parameter, that is the size parameter. It is most commonly expressed as a percentage, either train or the test. So in our case, so we have splitted it into 80 and 20. So our test size is 20%, that is 0.2. So we use the train test split method. So split arrays or matrices into random train and test subsets. So the parameters which are used for train and test split method are, first is the array list, which can be the numpy or arrays. Then second is the test size, then train size, and third is the random state. So which is basically used for controlling the shuffling applied to data before applying the split. So now we come to the step, that is training the algorithm. We finally train the algorithm. We execute the same code which we have done for the simple linear regression using the fit method of linear regression class. As said earlier, in case of multivariable linear regression, the regression model has to find most optimal coefficients for all the attributes. To see what coefficients our regression model has chosen, we execute the following step. The result shows the table which for petrol tax we have coefficients, for average incomes we have coefficients, paved highways and population driver license. This means that for a unit increase in petrol tax, there is a decrease of 24.19 million gallons in gas consumption. Similarly, a unit increase in proportion of population with a driver's license results in an increase of 1.3 to 4 billion gallons of gas consumption. We can see that average income and paved highways have a very little effect on the gas consumption. So now we have to move forward for making the predictions. To make predictions on the test data, we execute the following script to compare the actual output values for X test with the predicted values. We execute the following code. The output looks like this. Then we evaluate the algorithm. The final step is to evaluate the performance of the algorithm. We will do this by finding the values for mean absolute error, mean squared error, and root mean squared error. So the output looks similar to this. So you can see that the value of root mean error is 68.3, which is greater than 10% of the mean value of the gas consumption in all state. This means that our algorithm was not very accurate but can still make reasonably good predictions. So there are many factors that may have contributed to this inaccuracy, a few of which are listed. First, we need more data. Only 1 year worth of data isn't that much, whereas many multiple years worth could have helped us improve the accuracy quite a bit. Second, bad assumptions. We made the assumptions that this data has a linear relationship, but that might not be the case. Visualizing the data may help you determine that. Third, poor features. The features we used may not have had a high enough correlation to the values we were trying to predict. So we have studied the most fundamental machine learning algorithm, that is the linear regression. First we have studied the simple linear regression, and in this session we have studied the multiple regression. So thank you.